What's up, guys? Good Thursday evening. I'm Mason Sapeski, your host here today. And today we are going to talk about the 5 most underrated prospects in this year's draft. These 5 guys are amazing. However, I might be the only one that thinks they are. Why doesn't anybody else like these 5 guys? I don't get it. They're special. They're talented. They're going to make an impact on an NFL team. So without further ado, here are the 5 most underrated prospects in this year's draft. Number 5, Florida State linebacker Kalen DeLoach. DeLoach has proven that he can be a quality player. He plays with energy, and he plays like he wants to win. That's a guy I would want on my roster in a heartbeat. He goes the extra mile. He's one that truly has the best interest of his team in mind. And he wants to be a Super Bowl champion. That I can tell. And that is why he's ranked 30th on my draft board. People thought Jared Versay was the leader of the Florida State defense. I don't think so. I really don't. Braden Fisk, he's good, but he was not a leader of the defense. This guy was. And this guy was why Florida State was so successful. He was the best player on their roster. Trey Benson, not very good, I don't think. Jordan Travis, hope he gets better soon, but he won't be very much in the NFL. Keon Coleman, throw him out the window. Throw his stock out the window. I didn't think he was very good. Jared Versay, don't worry about him. This is the guy we should be worried about. Kalen DeLoach, because he's going to dominate the NFL. I loved watching this guy. He's an aggressive playmaker. He shows leadership skills. And a player like him, you can respect this guy easily. And he's explosive. This guy's a winner. Number 5, Kalen DeLoach. Number 4, Ricky Pearsall. This guy is amazing as well. He's actually on my draft board. I think he's 10th on my draft board. The 10th overall ranked prospect. He's risen up draft boards. We evaluated him on Valentine's Day. Gave him a 9.8. And 3 weeks later, he has a great combine. Or 2 weeks later, he has a great combine. Rises up the draft boards. And guess what? Press rises him up. We are ahead of schedule. And we know these guys. I know what I'm looking for, and I know how to make it work. Okay, here we go. Anyway, this is what I have in Pearsall's scouting report. Very explosive. On a jet sweep play against Missouri, Pearsall turned what is typically a 5-yard jet sweep into a nearly 50-yard touchdown play. He is a game changer. He's speedy, and I loved watching this guy. There were very few prospects I got so happy and excited watching this year. Ricky Pearsall was one of them. He's going to sign in the NFL. 4th. Number 3, Brandon Coleman, lineman TCU. I don't know why so many people don't like this guy. He's ranked 155th on boards. We differ from this. We are ranking him 34th. This guy's a 2nd-round prospect. He's going to make an impact on an NFL offensive line, and he's going to shine. Sorry to cough while just trying to get up his report. He's an amazing blocker. All throughout their national championship season, he was a key contributor because of how well he blocked. During the Fiesta Bowl, he blocked quarterback Max Duggan his blocking gave him Duggan time to scan the field and attempt to find the open receiver. Coleman giving Duggan this time greatly helped him, and that's what led them to the national championship. This guy has proven he's ready for the big states. He is NFL material, and he's going to be a beacon of hope for an NFL team. The number 3rd ranked underrated prospect in the draft, TCU lineman Brandon Coleman. the second biggest underrated prospect and one of my favorite players in this year's draft, who I care about a lot, and I want to see him in a great situation because I want him to become the second best safety in the NFL. And the reason I say second best is because Minkah Fitzpatrick's already the number one safety in the NFL, and nobody's going to catch him because he's so great. That's a guy by the name of Javon Bullard, a safety out of Georgia. He's ready to rock and roll. He's ready to win championships. This guy has it all. This is one of the most special prospects that we're going to see in a while. You guys all think Caleb Williams is special? Guess what? I think Javon Bullard is even more special. This guy is a hero, and he's going to help propel teams to championships, just like he did at Georgia. He's an amazing defender. He helped that elite Georgia defense excel in crucial situations. He's a hard hitter, and he's a playmaker. And he's also a leader. I had mentioned, obviously, on this channel somewhat, the tragic murder of nursing student Laken O'Brien in Georgia. Her best friend, Connolly Hoof, posted a tribute to her on Instagram. And one of there were 3 Georgia football players for this year's draft, in this year's draft class, that commented messages of support. Bullard was one of them, and that's what began to draw me to him. And once I turned on the game film, he already proved he was a leader to me when he said that. Once I turned on the game film, that was confirmed. This guy truly lifted up the Georgia defense. He is ready to shine in the NFL. Talk about a dream prospect. This guy is going to shine in the NFL. And that's why he's the second most underrated prospect in this year's draft. Where's the media ranking him? In the 40s, 50s, 60s, possibly even 70s. We're ranking him 6th because his game film and his leadership gave him the 6th highest grade amongst draft prospects this year. Jaden Daniels, who? He's ranked 90th. Why is Javon Bullard behind Jaden Daniels on draft boards? I don't know. Why is Joe Alt ahead of Javon Bullard on draft boards? I don't know. There's a lot of prospects I don't know about. Jackson Powers Johnson, the biggest joke in this year's class. Why is he ranked ahead of Javon Bullard? I don't know, because I see more out of Bullard than I would see out of 10 people that represent JPJ. Javon Bullard, the guy. Draft this player. And the most underrated prospect in this year's draft, truly somebody who's super underrated, is going to be a star in the NFL. You just don't know about it. He is truly the Puka Nacua of this year's draft class. I'm really hoping he succeeds. USC wide receiver, Todd Washington. My nickname for him is the Taj Mahal. And he's going to be a big, shining beacon of hope for an NFL team because he's going to rock and roll in the NFL. 16th ranked prospect, I think, in this year's draft class. Why are people giving this guy a 7th round grade? I'll never understand. He's going to be great. You just watch. Proved it at USC. If I can ever find his scouting report. Here we go. Todd Washington. He's a huge deep threat receiver. He tricks defenders easily like he did against San Jose State. And his ability to make these deep plays will serve him well in the NFL. And he's very explosive. Proved this against Utah. They made a very explosive play. And it helped his team get down to the 1 yard line midway for the first quarter. This guy's going to be great. He deserves a 1st round grade. And he's going to shine. And those are the 5 most overrated prospects in this year's draft. Or underrated prospects in this year's draft. Don't listen to the people that are telling you about Jackson Powers Johnson, Jaden Daniels, Dallas Turner, Jared Versay. Don't listen to these people. I don't know what they're thinking. 1 week from now, a team's going to Goodell's either going to say, because it's 8:31 on a Thursday night, next week at this time, the team with the second or the third overall pick will be making the pick. And Goodell's going to walk to that podium and say, with the second pick in the draft, the Washington Commanders select Jayden Daniels, quarterback LSU. Or he's going to say, with the third overall pick, the New England Patriots select Jayden Daniels, quarterback LSU. The whole city of Detroit should laugh, because Jayden Daniels is going to go down as one of the biggest draft busts in history. Don't believe me? Look at Zach Wilson. Look at Trey Lance. And look at Bryce Young. Jayden Daniels is bound for the same path. And we all know. I get drafting Caleb Williams. And I get drafting Jake May in the first round. And I don't really get, but I kind of get drafting McCarthy in the first round. Although I think he's Kenny Pickett 2.0. I don't know how he got a first round grade from me. I literally don't. Maybe it's because of his later set, but I don't know. We'll see. Kenny Pickett 2.0 though, I believe. You cannot make an argument for Jayden Daniels in the first round. The team that picks him is going to make a big mistake. The team that picks Javon Bullard will sign. The team that picks Todd Washington will be amazing. They're going to be amazing. Just wait and see. Remember, when scouting, you got to think out of the ordinary. Out of the 32 picks in this year's draft, 24 of them will be busts. Only 8 of them will live up to the first round hype. Identifying the other 24 that will live up to the first round hype but will not be picked in the first round is an art that takes work. And I believe that I could do that. I think this draft is going to be special. And I feel like the reason it's going to be special is because there are prospects like Javon Bullard, like Todd Washington, like Brandon Coleman, like Kalen DeLoach, and like Ricky Pearsall that will sign in the NFL. And that's why. I'll see you for the next draft videos. Have a good night, everybody. Take care, stay safe, pray for Israel, and as always, peace. See you next time.